Hello viewers, welcome to online course on Mathematics 3, and this course basically for undergraduate student or BTech student of engineering field. Today we are going to discuss about the probability distribution function. So in this section we are going to talk about the continuous random variable and discrete random variable, and some examples we will discuss in this chapter. So myself Sanjay Vishwas, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Department of Applied Science and Humanities of Guru Nanak Institute of Technology. Here is the details of my contact information. If you find any difficulty regarding this class, contact me freely or send messages through my mail ID. My mail ID is sanjay.vishwas@gnit.ac.in. So before we start today's lecture, let's quickly recall in the last lecture. So in the last lecture we have discussed about the basic idea of probability theory. In the previous class we have discussed the introduction of the probability and some introductory definitions of the probability theory, and after that we have discussed the classical definitions of probability theory, and then we have talked about the some theorems on probability theory. This is a very crucial theorem, important for the probability. And after that we have discussed about the axiomatic definitions of the probability theory. Then we have talked about the conditional probability, and from conditional probability the Bayes theorem we have discussed in the last lecture, and some related examples we'll discuss as well. So today we are going to discuss about the probability distributions and discrete distributions function. So this is my second lecture on probability theory. So here is the content of today's lecture. So at first we will discuss about the random variables, and after that we will talk about the distribution functions. So in that section there are two types of distributions. So first one is the discrete distribution, and second one is the continuous distribution function. So both distribution function we will discuss in this lecture. After that we will study some properties of the distribution functions. So there are some properties like probability of increasing decreasing functions on a distribution function. F of minus infinity is equal to 0, f of plus infinity is equal to 1. Okay, we'll discuss in this section. So after that we will talk about the probability mass function and the discrete distributions, and some important discrete distribution that means the discrete distribution will talk in this lecture, and some workout examples or some related examples we will discuss today's lecture. So first we will begin with the random variable. So what is the definition of the random variable? So let S be the given sample space. So you know what is the sample space. The collection of the outcomes or object is called a sample space. So then a real valued function capital X defined on S, okay, and S is the sample space, is called a random or the stochastics variables, or sometimes a variate is called. Thus for every point S small s of a sample space capital S. And you know, capital S is the sample space. There are finite number of points. So small s is the points, okay, in capital S. Then we have a unique value of capital X, and that means capital X of S. Then the range of the function capital X, okay, so X is the, you know, is the real valued function. Then the range of the real valued function X, that is the set of all values assumed by capital X, is called the spectrum of the random variables. So this is the definition of the random variable. So that is, the random variable is actually the defined on the capital S, okay, and this is a real valued function in capital S, where S is the sample space. You know, there are two types of random variables. So first one is a discrete random variable, and second one is a continuous random variable. So what is a discrete random variables? The discrete random variables, random variable capital X, so you know capital X is the random variable, is said to be a discrete if the spectrum of X is finite or countably infinite. That is an infinite sequence of distinct values. So in that section where the points are given, okay, so these points are either finite points or the countably infinites. It's called a discrete random variable. Here capital X is called a discrete random variable. And continuous random variable, after that we will talk about the continuous random variable. So a random variable capital X is said to be a continuous if it can assume every value in that interval. So here the function is continuous in any finite, in any interval, okay, and capital X assume all the values in any finite interval, okay. So after that we are going to talk about the event described by the random variables. So how to describe the event for the random variables. So let a set of all sample point small s, you know, S is the point in capital S, where capital S is the sample space, and small s is the point on that sample space, for which capital S of S is belongs to capital A, where A be the event, okay, and X of S, the points on the random variables, is belongs to capital A. So a given set of real numbers is an event, okay. So X of S is actually the event, and this belongs to A. So this real number is an event and is denoted by X is belongs to A. So in particular, the event X is equal to A, small a, this is a small a is the point, is the set of all sample points corresponding to which X takes the value A. So now we consider the closed interval a comma b. So a comma b is the closed interval, and this is given. So then the set of all sample points is for which, so S is the sample points in the sample space capital S, and X of S is the real number, and which is called the event, okay. So then the set of all sample point is for which A less or equal to X of S less or equal to B. So X of S, the event, is lies in the interval a comma b, in the closed interval, and it is defined as A less or equal to X of S less or equal to B. So this is the event, okay, and lies in the interval a comma b in the closed interval, and is denoted by A less or equal, within first bracket, A less or equal to X of S less or equal to B. So this is called the event, and this event is lies in the interval closed interval a comma b. So similarly, we can find the another event, say A less than X of S is less or equal to B. This is also the event in the interval A to B. On the left side, it is a half open interval and half closed interval. Similarly, the events a less than x of s lesser equal to b, a lesser equal to x lesser equal to b, and a less than capital S of x less than b are defined. Okay, so these are all the events. So in the first one, this one where the function defined in the half open interval. In the second one, here the function is defined in the half open interval, as well as in the third one, here the function is defined in the open interval a comma b. And these are all the events also. So further the events minus infinity to plus infinity. So here the function f of x of s is defined in the interval minus infinity to plus infinity, and minus infinity to minus infinity. Both functions are all defined. Okay, and it is denote respectively the certain event s and the impossible event phi. So this one minus infinity to plus infinity, this event is called a certain event. That is the event, this one is the set of all points actually. So collection of the all points is a certain event, and the the impossible event where the outcome is 0. That means here the function is defined in the interval minus infinity to minus infinity. So in that case the event is called a impossible events. Okay, so after that we are going to take some examples on the event described by the random variables. So here is the example. So let us consider the random variable or the random experiment of touching 2 points at once. Then the sample space capital S will contain the 4 sample points, and they are head, tail, head, and tail, and it is denoted by capital S. So capital S is equal to, so capital S contains the 4 sample points. So first one is say head, second one head, tail, head, and tail. Okay, and let the random variable capital X be such that, and X is the outcome. So I will take a outcome be the number of heads. So X is a function over S, and X is also the event, and this is the subset of capital S, and is defined by X of head. So here X is the outcome and it is the number of heads. So in the first one, the total number of head is 2. So X of head is equal to 2. In the second and third one, in the second and third sample where the head number of heads is 1. So in the second one where the number of heads is 1, as well as in the third one where the number of heads is 1. So X of head tail is equal to X of tail head is equal to 1, and X of tail. So that is the outcome of head. So the tail is not a head, so here the number of heads is 0 in the last sample where the number of heads is 0. So thus the spectrum of X is, so that means the outcomes of the cases are 0, 1, and 2, and which is a finite set. So hence X is discrete random variable in that case where the X is a discrete random variable. Okay, so then the event X is equal to 1. This is the event, this is the definition of the event where X is equal to A. So in that case where the outcome is 1 head. So that is X is equal to 1 is either head tail or tail head. So in that case where the outcome is 1 head. And the event -1 to 0, and in that case where the outcome is no head, that means tail. Okay, so -1 to 0, it is equals to 2 tails. Okay, so this is the examples of events described by the random variables. After that we are going to talk about the distribution function. So what is the distribution functions? So here this is the definition of the distribution function. So let capital X be the random variable, this is the random variable connected with the random experiment capital E, and capital E the random experiment whose random variable is capital X. Then the distribution function of capital X is a function of a real variable small x, and is denoted by, distribution function is denoted by fx of x or simply by fx, and is denoted as fx is equal to probability of -infinity less than x less or equal to small x, and where x is a real variable and this is a variable function. Okay, and x is defined in the interval minus infinity to plus infinity. So this is the definition of the distribution function. So in that case, where f of x, so fx is denoted by the distribution function and is defined as fx is equal to probability of minus infinity less than x less or equal to small x, where small x is lies in the interval minus infinity to plus infinity. And after that, we are going to discuss about the properties of the distribution function. And there are so many properties of the distribution function. I will take some important properties, like property number 1. So distribution function is a monotonically non-decreasing function. Okay, this is a property number 1. Now we are looking for the proof of these properties. Let b greater than a, then minus infinity less than x less or equal to a, and a less than x less or equal to b. So these two are the region minus infinity to minus a, minus infinity to a, and a to b. So these two events are the mutually exclusive events, you know. So therefore we can write minus infinity less than x less or equal to b is equal to minus infinity less than x less or equal to a plus a less than x less or equal to b. So here minus infinity to a and a to b are mutually exclusive event. Okay. So now taking probability on both. So from this we'll get a probability of minus infinity less than x less or equal to b is equal to probability of minus infinity less than x less or equal to a plus probability of a less than x less or equal to b. So I have already mentioned this theorem. So this is actually the theorem on the probability theory. If the two events are mutually exclusive, say A and B two events are mutually exclusive, then probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B. And if the two events are not mutually exclusive, that means may not be mutually exclusive, then probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. Okay. So in that case, where the two events are mutually exclusive, then this theorem probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B. So therefore probability of minus infinity less than x less or equal to b is equal to probability of minus infinity less than x less or equal to a plus probability of a less than x less or equal to b. Now applying the distribution function. Okay, so you know the probability of minus infinity less than x less or equal to b, and it is equals to f of b, and probability of minus infinity less than x less or equal to a is equals to f of a. In two cases I have put the distribution function. Okay, so you know this is the definition of the distribution function. Fx is equal to probability of minus infinity less than x less or equal to a. So in the first case where probability of this is equal to fb, and this, in that case where probability of a is equal to this, okay, plus probability of a less than x less or equal to b. And from this equation we'll get probability of a less than x less or equal to b is equal to fb minus fa. And there is a properties of the probability function I have already discussed in the previous class. So probability value is always greater or equals to 0. So since probability of a less than x less or equal to b is greater or equals to 0, so therefore fb minus fb is also greater or equals to 0. That is fb is greater or equals to a or b greater than a. So this is the first properties of the probability distribution function. So this is actually the function. Distribution function is a monotonically non-decreasing. So hence the proof. So after that we will take the second property, that means f of minus infinity is equal to 0. So here is the proof of the second property. So let an be the event and minus infinity less than x less or equal to minus n, or n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and up to infinity. So a and b any event and lies in the interval this minus infinity to minus n, and x be any event. Okay. So then an, the sequence an, is a contracting sequence of event such that limit n tends to infinity n is equal to 0. So this is actually the monotonic decreasing one. Okay. So if we put n tends to infinity, then n goes to 0. And this is an impossible event, This is called an impossible event. So hence probability of limit n tends to infinity n is equal to probability of 0. So probability of the impossible event is equal to 0, And then we can write this equation number 1. Again, probability of minus infinity less than x lesser or equal to minus n, and from the definition of the distribution function, it will give f of minus infinity. Again, taking a limit on both sides, and from this we will get limit n tends to infinity probability of minus infinity less than x lesser or equal to minus n, and this is equals to f of minus infinity, and we can write this equation number 2. So from the above we will get this one after taking limit as n tends to infinity. And there is a properties of the limiting value. So limit n tends to infinity probability of n is equal to probability of limit n tends to infinity n. This is actually the properties of the probability theory. I have already mentioned in the previous class. So from equation 1 and 2 we will get f of minus infinity, and it is equals to 0. So this is the second properties of the probability theory. So here's the proof. So after that we are going to talk about the third properties of the distribution function. That means f of infinity is equal to 1. Here is the proof of the third properties. So let n be the events and is defined in the interval minus infinity to n, where x is defined in that interval, and n is equal to 1 to 3 and up to infinity. So n is a expanding sequence of the events, and such that limit n tends to infinity, n is equal to, so if we put n tends to infinity, in that section we will get minus infinity less than x less than plus infinity, and this is equals to capital S or S, and S is called a certain event, and the probability of the certain event will give 1, so hence probability of limit n tends to infinity n is equal to, and it will give probability of s, and probability of s is equal to 1, and this is the properties of the certain events. Okay, so and we can write this equation number 1. Again, probability of minus infinity less than x lesser or equal to n, and this is equals to, from the definition of the distribution function, it is equals to f of n. Okay, so now taking limit on both, we will get limit n tends to infinity probability of minus infinity less than x lesser or equal to n, and this is equals to f of infinity. Okay, or it can be written as limit n tends to infinity probability of n is equal to f of infinity, and we can take this equation number 2. So there is a properties of the probability theory. So limit n tends to infinity probability of n is equal to probability of limit n tends to infinity n. So now from equation 1 and 2 and applying this these properties, we'll get f of infinity, and it will be 1. So hence the proof of the third properties of the distribution function. So after that we are going to take one more properties of the distribution function. So it is actually the distribution function is leftly discontinuous, as well as the function is rightly discontinuous. Okay, I'll take this one, leftly discontinuous. So here is the proof of the properties 4. So for any fixed point A, so A be any fixed point, so let us denote the event n, and is defined by a minus 1 by n less than x lesser or equal to a, where n is equal to 1 to 3 and up to infinity. This is the positive integer. So n is a contracting sequence, and limit n tends to infinity, n is equal to x is equal to a. This is the event. So a less than x lesser or equal to a, and that means this is equals to x is equal to a. So as we put the limit n tends to infinity, n is equal to, and this goes to an event, and the event is, it will be x is equal to a. So probability of limit n tends to infinity a n is equal to probability of x is equal to a, and we can write the equation number 1. Again, now we take probability value of that event. So probability of a minus 1 by n less than x lesser or equal to a, and it will give from the definition of the distribution function f a minus f of a minus 1 by n. Okay, now take a limit as n tends to infinity. So from this we'll get probability of a minus 1 by n less than x lesser or equal to a, and it will give f a minus f of a minus 0. So as limit n tends to infinity, 1 by n goes to 0. So if we take limit as n tends to infinity, and from this probability we will get the distribution function f a minus f of a minus 0. So limit n tends to infinity, and it will be, this is actually the an, the event an. So limit n tends to infinity, probability of an, and it will give f a minus f of a minus a. So this we can write this equation number 2. And there is a properties of the probability theory. So limit n tends to infinity, probability of n, and it will be probability of limit n tends to infinity a. In this theorem, and then from equation 1 and 2 you will find the distribution function f a minus f of a minus 0, and it will give probability of x is equal to a. So this is the fourth properties of the distribution function. And similarly we will find the distribution function which is rightly discontinuity or discontinuous. So after that we are going to discuss about the probability, mass function, and distribution function. So the distribution function, there are two types of distribution: continuous distribution and discrete distribution. So in a discrete distribution there is a probability mass function. Okay, so what is a probability mass function? So let capital X be a discrete random variable, and which assume the values x0, x1, xn, and up to infinity. So there are infinite number of values or the sample points. So let probability of x is equal to xi, and this is equals to f of I, and is denoted by fi. Okay, simply. So the value of fi depends on xi, that is I. That means there are infinite number of sample points, and fi is depend on xi, that means for each I. So this function fi is called the probability mass function, or PMF in short, of the random variable capital X. So particular values of fi is called the probability mass function. So the set of ordered pair xi comma fi within first bracket, this one, is called the discrete probability distribution of the random variable capital X. And the discrete distribution is presented in the following ways, where x are the sample points. So there are infinite number of sample points. Either the sample points are finite or the infinite. So here the infinite number of sample points, x0, x1, x2 up to infinity, and the corresponding the probability mass function fi is equal to f0 corresponding to x0, f1 corresponding to x1, f2 corresponding to x2, and so on. So this is called the probability mass function as well the distribution function. So I'll take an example on the fundamental properties of probability mass function. So here is the example. For the random experiment of touching two coins are given in the previous example, So if we toss two coins at once, then there are 4 sample points: head, 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 tail, tail, head, and tail, tail. And let capital X is the outcome, is number of heads. So X assume the values 0, 1, and 2. So 2 means the 2 head, 1 is 1 head, and 0 is the no head, that means 2 tail. So moreover, probability of X is equal to 0, that means there is no head. So the outcome is 1, and the total outcome is 4. Okay, so the sample point will contain the 4 outcomes. So in that section, the probability value at x is equal to 0, that means no head, and it will be 1 by 4. Probability of 1 head, and it will give 2 by 4, that means 1 by 2, and probability of x is equal to 2, that means 2 head, and it will give 1 by 4. So the distribution of the number of heads is given by, so this is the distribution function where x is equal to the outcomes 0, 1 and 2, and the corresponding the probability mass function 1 by 4 corresponding to x is equal to 0, 1 by 2 corresponding to x is equal to 1, and 1 by 4 corresponding to x is equal to 2. So if we take capital X, the outcome is equals to say number of tails. So from this we'll get similar distribution function. So here x is equal to say 0 number of heads, x is equal to 1 say 1 tail, and x is equal to 2 is equal to 2 tails. So in that section the distribution function and is given by, so where the number of tails is the outcomes is given by 0, 1, 2, and the corresponding the probability mass function, and it will be 1 by 4, 1 by 2 and 1 by 4. So the fundamental properties of the probability mass function, you know, if the sample points are x0, x1, x2 and up to infinity, and the corresponding probability mass function are say f0, f1, f2 and up to infinity, and you know this is the discrete distribution function of x, then the probability mass function has following two properties, the most crucial properties of the fundamental of probability mass function. So all fi is greater or equals to 0. That means the probability mass function f1, f2, f3 and up to infinity are all greater or equals to 0. And summation over fi, that is the sum of all probability mass function, will give 1. That is summation over I is equal to 1 to infinity fi is equal to 1. So this is the fundamental properties of the probability mass function. So after that we are going to take some important discrete distributions. So you know there are two distributions, binomial distribution and the Poisson distributions. They are both the discrete distributions. Okay, so it is a discrete distribution whose spectrum is given by xi is equal to I, and you know where I is equal to 1 to 3 up to n, and you know where the probability mass fi, and this is the probability mass function fi at x is equal to I, and is given by fi is equal to nci p to the power I into 1 minus p to the power n minus I. And you know this is the formula of the distribution function, where p is the success and q is the failure, where q is equal to 1 minus p. So where n is the positive integer and p lies in the interval 0 to 1, and n and p are the two parameters of this distribution function. So from this distribution we will observe that all fi is greater or equals to 0, since n is a positive integer and p lies in the interval 0 to n. So that's why all the probability mass function is greater or equals to 0. As well, summation over I is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity fi. So this is the second properties of the fundamental properties of the probability mass function, and it will give summation over I is equal to 0 to infinity, you know, in the binomial expansion where I is equal to 0 to infinity. Okay, so in that section where summation I is equal to 0 to infinity nci p to the power I into 1 minus p whole to the power n minus I, and it will give the value 1. So this is the second properties of the fundamental of probability mass function. And similar thing will happen in the Poisson distribution. So you know this is called a Poisson distribution, and this distribution is also the discrete distribution whose spectrum is given by xi is equal to I, where you know I is equal to 0, 1, 2 up to infinity, and its probability density fi at x is equal to I is given by fi is equal to e to the power minus mu into mu to the power I by factorial I, and this is the definition of the Poisson distribution, you know, where mu is only the parameter of this distribution. And from this distribution we will observe that all probability mass function are greater or equals to 0. So since the mu is greater than 0 and I is a positive integer, so from this we'll get fi is greater than 0. And the second one, summation I is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity fi, and it will give summation I is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus mu into mu to the power I by factorial I, and it will give e to the power minus mu, and e to the power minus mu is a constant, and summation I is equal to 0 to infinity, and in that case where I is equal to 0 to infinity, so summation I is equal to 0 to infinity mu I by I factorial, and it is actually the value of the expectation of mu. So from this we'll get e to the power minus mu into mu e to the power mu, and after cancelling the term e to the power mu from numerator denominator we'll get 1. So this is the second properties of the probability mass function. So binomial distribution, Poisson distribution, both are the discrete distribution, and from this distribution we will observe that all probability mass function are greater or equals to 0 for all I, and summation of our I is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity fi is equal to 1. So after that we are going to take some more examples on discrete distributions. So a die is thrown, write down its probability mass distributions, also calculate its distribution functions. So here is the solution. So when a die is thrown, then we'll take 6 outcomes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so its spectrum consists of the 6 points. So they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And probability of x is equal to 1. So outcome of 1 in a single throw, and it will be 1 by 6. Probability of x is equal to 2, it will also 1 by 6, and up to probability of x is equal to 6, and it will give 1 by 6. Okay, so then the probability mass distributions fi, where fi is equal to probability of x is equal to I. This is the definition of the distribution function, mass function, and it is given by I fi. So in a first row where I are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So they are the outcomes of a single throw of die, and their probability mass function are 1 by 6, 1 by 6, and up to 1 by 6. Okay, and summation of our fi is equal to 1. So this is the probability distribution functions, or the probability mass functions. So after that we are going to calculate the distribution function, and this is the probability mass functions of the given problem. So after that we are going to calculate its distribution functions. So let capital Fx denote the distribution functions. So then in the interval minus infinity to minus 1, fx is equal to summation over I is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity fi is equal to 0. So in that interval the distribution function fx will give 0. Okay, so in minus infinity to minus 1 the probability mass function it will be 0, it will give 0. So when x lies in the interval 1 to 2, then the probability distribution function fx is equal to summation over I is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity fi is equal to f1, and the value of f1 is equal to 1 by 6. So this is actually the probability mass function at x is equal to 1, and it will give 1 by 6. So after that we will take the interval 2 to 3. So in that interval the functional value will give minus infinity to plus infinity fi, that means f1 plus f2, and from the table it will give 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6, that means 1 by 3. So in that interval the distribution function fx is equal to 1 by 3. So after that we will take the interval 3 to 4. So in that interval the functional value will be minus infinity to plus infinity fi is equal to f1 plus f2 plus f3, and it will give 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6, that means half. Similarly, we will take the distribution function in the interval 4 to 5. So in that interval, the distribution function will be 2 by 3. And when we take the interval 5 to 6, so in that interval, it will give the functional value is equal to 5 by 6. And when we take the interval x greater equals to 6, okay, then the distribution function fx will give 1. So that is the distribution function when actually uh, in the interval x less than 1, then the function will give 0. In 1 to 2 it will give 1 by 6, okay. Then 2 to 3 it will give 1/3, 3 to 4 will give 1 by 2, 4 to 5 it will give 2 by 3, okay. So up to when x greater equals to 6 it will give 1, and it can be written as this, like this, okay. So this is the distribution function of the given probability mass function. So after that we will take one more examples on the discrete distributions. So the distribution fx is of a random variable capital X is defined as follows: fx is equal to a in the interval minus infinity to minus 1, b in the interval minus 1 to 0, c in the interval 0 to 2, and d in the interval 2 to infinity. So where a, b, c, d are not given, and they are constant. So, and from this question we are going to determine the values of a, b, c, d, and it being given that probability of x is equal to 0 is equal to 1 by 6, and probability of x greater than 1 is equal to 2 by 3. And you know, from the properties of the distribution function, you know, f of minus infinity is equal to 0 and f of infinity is equal to 1, you know. So in that distribution function we will get the value of a, and a is equal to 0 when f of minus infinity is equal to 0. That means f of a is equal to 0, and f of infinity is equal to 1. That means d is equal to 1. So from this two properties we will get the constant value a and d. So now we are looking for find the constant b and c. So when probability of x is equal to 0 is equal to 1 by 6, so you know there is a distribution function on the probability of x is equal to 0, and it will be f0 minus limit x tends to 0 minus f of x, and this is equals to, you know, 1 by 6. So f0 is equal to, if we put x is equal to 0 in the interval, so it will give c, and x0 minus, so that means the function is lies in the interval minus 1 to 0, so that is b. So c minus b, it will give 1 by 6, okay. And when x is greater than 1, and you know this is the given, and it will give 1 by 2 by 3. So probability of x greater than 1, and from this we'll get 1 minus probability of x lesser or equal to 1. This is the another properties of the probability theory. So probability of x lesser or equal to 1 is equal to 1 minus 2 by 3. So after calculating the above equation, it will give 1 minus 2 by 3, and it will give 1 by 3. So probability of x lesser or equal to 1, and this is actually the value of c. Okay, so probability of x lesser or equal to 1, it will give c. So c is equal to 1 by 3. And from the previous equation, that means c minus b is equal to 1 by 3. So from this equation, we'll get the value of b. So b is equal to c minus 1/3. So 1 by 3 minus 1 by 6, it will give 1 by 6. So therefore the four unknown constant, that is a, b, c, d, are a is equal to 0, b is equal to 1 by 6, c is equal to 1/3, and d is equal to 1. Okay, these are the values of a, b, c, and d. So after that we are going to take one more examples on the discrete distributions. So a discrete random variable capital X has the following probability mass function: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They are the spectrum of the random variable capital X with probability mass function 0, k, 2k, 2k at x is equal to 3, 3k at x is equal to 4, k square at 5, 2k square at 6, and 7k square plus k at 7. So from this probability mass function, the first problem, it will be find the value of k. Second one, evaluate probability of x less than 6, probability of x greater equals to 6, and probability of 0 less than x less than 5. And number 3, determine the distribution function of x from the probability mass function. So there is a properties of the fundamental properties of the probability mass function. Summation of our probability of xi is equal to 1. So that means 0 plus k plus 2k plus 2k plus 3k plus k square plus 2k square plus 7k square plus k, and it will give 1. So after calculation it will give the value of k, and k is equal to 1 by 10 and minus 5. So k is equal to 1 by 10 since k is not equals to minus 1. So all the probability mass function are all greater or equals to 0. If we take k is equal to minus 1, it will give the negative value. So we neglect k is equal to minus 1. So the value of k, and it will give 1 by 10. After that we are going to find the probability of x less than 6. And it will give probability of x is equal to 0 plus probability of x is equal to 1. So up to probability of x is equal to 5. And probability of x is equal to 0 is 0, x is equal to 1 is 1 by 10, at x is equal to 2 it will give 2 by 10, x is equal to 3 it will give 2 by 10 also, at x is equal to 4 it will give 3 by 10. These are all the probability mass function, okay, at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And from this we will get 81 by 100. So after that we are going to find the probability value of x greater or equals to 6. And there is a properties of the probability function. Probability of x greater or equals to 6, it will give 1 minus probability of x less than 6. And I have already found the value of this probability, that is probability of x less than 6, and it will give 81 by 100. So probability of x greater or equals to 6, and it will give 1 minus 81 by 100, that means 19 by 100. Okay. And now the third one, that means probability of 0 less than x less than 5. So in that interval, the probability value, it will give probability of x is equal to 1, x is equal to 2, x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 4. So in that interval 0 and 5 are excluded, okay. So the included points are 1, 2, 3 and 4. And at x is equal to 1, we know the probability mass function, it will be 1 by 10, 2 is 2 by 10, at x is equal to 3 it will be 2 by 10 also, x is equal to 4 it will be 3 by 10, and after calculation it will give 4 by 5. So probability of 0 less than x less than 5, it will give 4 by 5. So after that, this is the third part of this problem. Find the distribution function also. So this is the distribution function fx is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity fi. Okay, so in the interval minus infinity to minus 1, and it will give 0 from the following probability mass function. Okay, so in the interval 1 to 2, it will give 1 by 10, 2 to 3, and it will give fi is equal to f1 plus f2, where f1 is equal to 1 by 10 and f2 is equal to 2 by 10. So these are the probability mass function. Okay, so that means 3 by 10. When we put the interval 3 to 4, then the probability distribution function fx is equal to f1 plus f2 plus f2, and after putting the value of f1, f2, f3, it will give 1 by 2. Similarly, when the interval it will be 4 to 5, then the distribution function will give 8 by 10, and after that when the interval is 5 to 6, then the distribution function it will give 81 by 100. Okay, and in the interval 6 to 7, it will give the distribution function 83 by 100, and when x greater than equals to 7, then the distribution function will give 1. So therefore, and this is actually the any distribution function can be written as this. So 0 in the interval minus infinity to 1, 1 by 10 in the interval 1 to 2, 3 by 10 in the interval 2 to 3, 1 by 2 in the interval 3 to 4, 8 by 10 in the interval 4 to 5, 81 by 100 in 5 to 6, 83 by 100 in 6 to 7, and 1 when x greater equals to 7 when x greater equals to 7. This is actually the distribution function of the following problems. So I'll stop here. Thank you.